As you know, when an app first starts executing, its onCreate method gets called, and typically you're going to override onCreate in each of the activities that you create. So here's our overridden onCreate method, and as we did in the previous app, we first call the superclasses version of the method, which is required, and then at line 38 we inflate our main layout to create the graphical user interface. And once that layout is inflated, you can then get references to the various GUI components that you need to interact with programmatically. Now at line 41 we have one of the new features in this app. As you can see, we're calling the inherited method getSharedPreferences, which returns to you a shared preferences object that can be used to read from and write to the searches file that we're defining for this app. And we've specified the mode private constant as the second argument here, and basically if this file doesn't exist already, it will be created and it will be private and usable only in this app. It's not available for use by other apps. There are other modes such as mode world readable and mode world writable that would allow an app to other apps to read from and write to the file if in fact you needed to share that data amongst multiple apps. So again, this file is private to just this favorite Twitter searches activity and app as well. So getSharedPreferences returns a shared preferences object which we've called saveSearches, and we will then use that in other methods to get the data out of the file if the file already exists, and separately to place data into the file as the user creates new query tag pairs. Now, as we did in the previous example, we also get references to various GUI components. So query table layout is just going to be the query table layout object coming back from find view by ID. We cast it to the type of the actual widget that we're getting, and we assign it to our query table layout variable. And we do this similarly for query edit text, tag edit text, save button, and clear tags button. In the case of the save button and the clear tags button, we also set their on-click listeners, which we'll look at in later videos, that specify what to do when the user hits the save button, which of course is going to save a query tag pair into our shared preferences file called searches. And separately on the clear tags button, that's where we will first display a dialog asking the user if they really do want to clear all the searches, and if they say yes, then we'll go ahead and empty the shared preferences file. Now the last thing we do at line 58 here is call our refresh buttons method, which we'll look at in the next video, and basically that is either going to create one new row of buttons or all of the rows of buttons depending on the value that we pass into the method. In this case, the null argument indicates that we want to take all of the previously saved searches and create rows of buttons for them.